Hello everyone, it is Deafening Silence here with another card video. And this is funny because as much Pokemon has been on this channel, it has been a primary focus of this ASMR channel, kind of unintentionally, I've not done a card collection video of everything that I have. I just did one on Yu-Gi-Oh!, which was an update from a video a few years ago I made, and I realized I've not shown my Pokemon cards in their entirety. Kind of did like a sorting video as my first ever video on the channel, but that wasn't really a collection video. So let's go ahead and get into this. And if you like Pokemon, if you like ASMR, Pokemon ASMR content, please give me a like and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get into this first page. And if you know me and my channel, you know I'm from the beginning. So we open up with the original trio: Charizard, Venusaur, and a couple of Blastoise, along with a Marowak GX in the corner, the Alolan variant, because Alolan Marowak is one of my top 10 or 15 Pokemon. But if I can be very careful, very careful, here's the prize card. Charizard from the very first collection. Sadly, not shadowless, but still a pretty expensive card now, nonetheless. And originally he was in like a hard case, but whenever I was putting the collection together, I wanted to make sure he could fit in it. So he got a regular sleeve, and very carefully, without bending anything, he's been around for me since the beginning, pretty much. And as you see here, we have the reverse holo version of it. And then I got this bad boy up here, Charizard EX, the Mega Y variant. Got that in a random pack opening. That was pretty awesome. Was not on the channel, sadly. Then we have a couple of Venusaurs here. This one is from a 10, as well as, I think it was this one. And then we have the recent team-up of Celebi and Venusaur in one of the newer packs. So before we get into the rest of this, I'll pull out here. We have the large cards. We have the Lucario from the video I just did not too long ago. We have Gengar EX. This was from one of those collection boxes, if you will. Love Gengar, one of my absolute favorites. Mentioned Marowak already. These are pretty cool. I guess you battle with these. I've never battled in the Pokemon TCG, so I wouldn't know. But I guess you do, from what I've heard. And then we have Decidueye. This came in a collection as well. So, let's get into the rest of this. And as you'll see here, I do double side, but got some more EXs and Vs and GXs, just kind of a mix here, not in much of a particular order. I will say though, I still really love that Lucario I got. Got a couple of the evolutions here, would love to get the rest of them. But Jolteon and Vaporeon are my favorites, and then Umbreon is my favorite design of them. So I had to make sure I get those. The Absol, that was a really cool find. And then we have some really cool ones up here, like the double Mewtwo's. Of course, the Gengar from that same box. I believe Heracross was a pull from something I did years ago before the channel. I got some other random, kind of dark cards here, if you will. And then rounding out like our full art stuff, and then some starting on some holos over here. Brawly over here is pretty cool. If I can avoid the reflection there, but it was kind of weird that they made like some rare, like awesome special holographics of like energy cards. Kind of like a buzzkill, it pulled like a rare card, and it's that. But moving over here to the like kind of regular holo foil cards. OG Zapdos, another one of my prize cards. OG Alakazam as well. Sadly, the Mewtwo and Nidoking are not OGs. Those are for more recent reprints, but I'm still happy to have them. I have a couple of the starters here, as you can see. Charmander, my favorite. Typhlosion, my second. Well, Typhlosion's probably my top 10, but I don't know. If you can't tell, I like fire types. That's my favorite typing. But got some more holos here. Love the Lieutenant Surges, Electabuzz, and Magneton. Got a old Feraligatr there. Old Dark Vileplume. I liked the dark cards from back then quite a bit. They have some really awesome art designs in that set, and there's a few cards I'd like to get from that, like I think it's Dark Jolteon, Dark Blastoise. I think there may be an Arcanine in that set. There is an Arcanine that I do not have that I'd love to, but and then the last of our holos sadly are over here. I don't have a large set. I actually had an original collection that was stolen, I believe, that had a lot more cards in it. It had the original Blastoise and Venusaur, and then it had a couple of other cards in it that were holographic that I don't have anymore, and that's very sad because those cards are expensive now. But let's see, here we have, I have this set up the way I do because I have this separated by type, as you'll notice, but here's like my reverse holo fire ones. I like the Blaziken, and yes, I do show reverse holos in my collection because I do like them. I don't know if many people do, but so here's like the water and electric ones. I like the Poliwrath. Just read about Red's Poliwrath from a Pokemon manga video on the channel. Had a little bit of a clickbaity title, but it is true. Just got this Totodile here. I love that Totodile a lot. And let's see. So over on the electric side, electric is my second or third favorite typing. Fire first. Dragon somewhere is in that top 3. I don't know if it's number 2 or number 3, but love the Ampharos reverse holo. Got some fighting, which fighting is a type I like, but there's a lot of Pokemon in it that I do not like. It has some of the worst designs in the game, in my opinion. Too many humanoids, too many weird, just too much. But I do like Primeape a lot. Machop is one of my all-time favorite Pokemon, so pretty cool to have that. Let's see, over here we move into like some steel, and then moving onward we have some other just small ones here. Absol, absolutely love Absol. As far as designs, it's one of my top 5 or 10 favorites. As far as a Pokemon goes, it's pretty high up there too. That Beedrill design is really nice. I like that Beedrill design a lot. The Xerneas down the corner, that's pretty cool. If I can get that to show. Yeah, the Xerneas is pretty cool. Then we have a lot of the Psychic Energy ones. Dragalge, love Dragalge. Then we have normal. The Staraptor and Aerodactyl are pretty awesome. I like those a lot. Then we have some trainer cards here, as you can see. Reverse holo. And then we're going to be moving on to the commons I have. These are separated by typing again, and most of them are in national dex order. There is some that are kind of mixed up. There's newer cards in here that I've required that I need to fit in here, but as you'll see, we have the last of the reverse holo over here, but we start with the fire types. And yeah, like I said, most of these are in national dex order with some mixing. But we have the newer Arcanines. As I mentioned in my original collection that was stolen years ago, I had the originals. Got the original Vulpixes, and some of these, is, if you can tell, some of these are from the original sets from years ago. That's original. That's original, not a reprint. This Vulpix is original. Same thing with this Growlithe. Let's see. Yeah, original here and here. The Magmar there's original. Down in the corners you can tell because it has the 50 HP and the red lettering as opposed to the newer. Got Torchic over here. Moving on. Let's see. Got a couple of them here. The Heatmore, that's a really cool design there. I like that. I like the Torracat design. Centiskorch has some really cool card art too. Pretty consistently. And here's the last of the fire. I have these spots saved for more fire Pokemon whenever I get them. Like I said, I'm still in the process of fixing everything, but I wanted to go ahead and make the video. Moving on to water. Yeah, I got some original Squirtles up here. This Squirtle I actually I'd given this to my grandma years ago, and she had kept it because she knew I liked Pokemon. And then we have War Turtle here. That's original. Poliwag up here is original. Got a couple of cool Tentacruel designs in the corner. And as we get later into this collection too, there'll be a few of these that actually have more card designs than what are here. It's just I didn't want to take up too much space. This is already a bulky binder as is, and it holds my Yu-Gi-Oh cards too. We have Staryu. That's a really cool Magikarp art. Love this Vaporeon art right here. Very pretty. A lot of the evolutions, they do justice well with their designs for them. A couple of Mr. Mimes, which I hate, but they're there. Yeah, Dark Croconaw and regular Croconaw, those are older cards. Holo and Vulpix over here, one of my absolute favorites. Love Arctic Foxes. Let's see. Some more here. My wife really loves Spheal. It was an instant winner when we saw in Pokemon Legends Arceus. It doesn't matter. They're all correct now according to Pokemon in some way, shape, or form. But when you could see that it moves around by rolling, that was it. Cutest Pokemon ever. Let's see. Yeah, I got a couple legendaries here with Fiona and Manaphy. Like the Glaceon design, as I mentioned, with the evolutions, really cool. A lot of water. Nice Oshawott there. Beartic or Beartic. I feel like it should be Beartic, but hold on, let me fix this. Okay, there we go. Like the Beartic. Froakie. And there we go. Now we come to the last of the water. Like I said, some of these are out of order, but now we move on to the grass. Yeah, I have a few different Caterpie designs here. I think I actually have an additional one somewhere in here, but I like Caterpie. I like Caterpie a lot. I actually think the design's really nice, yet simple for what it is. You can see he has a bulky body. Quite a few Weedles. Quite a few Weedles. Kakuna. I used to have the original Kakuna on that. And there was actually an original design where he had pincers that were enwrapped, if you remember. Got a nice bead drill down there. Japanese Paris. I do have a couple of Japanese cards in here, and I had more, again, in the original collection. But these are both older. I actually really like the Japanese versions of the cards. I wouldn't mind having more. Original Paris sect there. A couple of the special executors from the Evolutions packs. I like that execute design. Nice card. Dark Wheezing. As I mentioned, I like a lot of the dark cards, and that is just creepy. As you can tell, really creepy. OG Muck from Fossil Set. Scyther down here. Possibly my favorite Pokemon design of all time. But if not, it's like in the top 3 or 5. And I need more Scyther cards for sure. But that one is from, which set is that? It's one of the older sets. And then we have older set here as well. Original Golbat, Pinsir, Japanese Ladybug. Let's see, have Shroomish up there. Where's Breloom? What in the world? Maybe he's in the fighting. I think he's in the fighting, actually, now that I think about it. Like I said, I have these all by type, I have these by type and then number. But, yep, I have an additional Shelmet in there somewhere as far as design. A Selgor. Really cool looking Pokemon. I like that card right there a lot. Let's see, Larvesta. Really need a Volcarona. Really need a Volcarona. And yeah, some of these grass ones are out of order. I'm needing to redo these. But we have Rowlet up here. Grookey. Love Grookey. And now we move on to the electric. Pretty much just a Pikachu page. I used to have, I thought I still did. I thought I still had the original, not reprint of that Pikachu design, but that was definitely in the previous collection. I love that Pikachu art right there. If I can grab it. Alolan Graveler. Then we have a really cool Magnemite picture here. Really creepy Voltorb down here in the corner. Original Electrodes. I like those. And then we have an Electabuzz page here. Electabuzz consistently has the coolest looking cards in the TCG, in my opinion. I mean, just solid pictures all around. They're all bangers, in my opinion. And as you saw, I had a Lieutenant Surge Electabuzz. But we have the original up here, not the reprint. And then we have a few different artworks here. Lieutenant Surge's Electabuzz is really cool. Love that card. But yeah, just, I mean, that's so awesome right there, that look. So yeah, love the Electabuzz page. More electric. Love Lantern. It's the closest thing we have to a dolphin. It's not a dolphin, of course, it's an angler type fish. Really cool picture of Electrike. And Galvantula. A few different Emolga designs here. So we have Electric, have a bunch of Helioptile and Heliolisk. And then we're going to be moving on to the fighting type. This Machop right here is a Rocket Machop, as you can tell, and it's one of my very favorite cards I've ever had. I've had it for a long time. Love this Machop here. As I mentioned, Machop's one of my favorites. Got the original up here, not the reprint. And Machoke. Machoke was like the first strong Pokemon card I had as a kid. Got Hitmonlee. Got a few different Hitmonchan designs there, as well as the Japanese Hitmonchan. Sadly, this Hitmonchan here is a reprint, but I think I have a actually Sandshrew that's not a reprint behind there. Japanese Sandslash. Love this card. Love this card. One of my favorites. I love Sandslash's design. He's like Super Saiyan 3 Sandshrew or something. Japanese Graveler. I did it by fighting first and then ground because they both use the fighting energy, of course. And let's see. Japanese Sudowoodo. Larvitar. Of course, who doesn't love Larvitar? Original Rhydon card and Rhyhorn up there at the top. Original Ammonite. Wish I had the Alma Star, but Lord Helix has rejected me. And there's Breloom. Breloom is my second or third favorite grass type. He's behind Sceptile and the Bulbasaur line. I'm not sure how that all works, but a couple of different Trapinches, and there's a Trapinch additional card behind there. See, Solrock up there was not fighting. They made it a fighting or fire type. They made it a fighting instead. Toxicroak and Gallade in the corner there. A few more here. Palpitoad. I have actually 5 different Pancham designs. One's just covered for space. Brawler, Passimian. I actually really like Passimian. When I was playing through Alola, he stood out to me. And another Passimian design. Then we have Zygarde. I gotta say, Grapploct is starting to appeal to me too, but now I have the Psychic Energy. And as you can imagine, there's a lot here. So I have the Nidoking. These Nidoran. This Nidoran line was from that Mewtwo. It's like the Mewtwo and Pikachu evolutions, like structure decks for battling and whatnot. Got Dark Slowbro up there in the corner. An original Gengar, sadly having some wear and tear on it. This was not one that I got originally. I traded for it. But original Haunter. So we do have an original, I do have old school Ghastly back there. I don't know why he's up front, but Ghastly, Haunter, and Gengar do have the original sets of them. More Weezings. I love that Weezing up there in the top right. Really cool design. Playset of Mewtwo from that structure deck like I mentioned. The original Mr. Mime, sadly not holographic. Duskull. And I have another Duskull here in a couple of pages, but we have a couple of unknowns. Original printings. I do not know if they did like all of the alphabet for them, but I love that Xatu there, that art style. Swoobat down here actually has a really cool looking art style, even though I hate the design of the Pokemon. Let's see, Golurk, that's nice. Another Dragalge, love that Pokemon. Let's see, Skrelp, that's a really cool looking Skrelp card. Yeah, as I mentioned, there's a lot here. Here's the page that needs to be sorted. We have Starmie, Clefairy, which looks really close to like the holographic version of it from the original set. Love Duskull's design. And yeah, so now we move on to the like colorless / normal types. Original Raticate's there, original Spearow, original Rattata, both of these here. That's a rocket, of course. I had an original Pidgey, I thought, but I do have Pidgeot. That's really cool. Do not have enough energies here to make the full design thing. I'm going for the binder, but that's okay. Original Fearow, Jigglypuff. Sadly, most of these are not, pretty much all these are not first edition. But original Meowth. If it wasn't so expensive, I would love to like collect the original first 3 or 4 sets of the Pokemon cards, but it's just too much. TCG stuff has just went out of control. So, sadly. Original Kangaskhan. Love Kangaskhan, of course. Let's see. Original Farfetch'd and Persian. Original Meowth, too. So I have 2 of them. Got a sort of an Eevee page building here, but original Eevee there, as you can tell. Tauros, that's really cool. Lickitung has a cool style there. Snorlax, that's my wife's favorite Pokemon. One of my favorites too. Original Dratini and Dragonair, just need the Dragonite. Original Furret, I actually really like that. I really like that because Ken Sugimori's watercolors is just, you can't top it. You can't. You cannot top his stuff. Original Stantler here, also by Sugimori, speaking of. Original Igglybuff. Got Staravia and Staraptor there, just don't have Starly, funny enough. And let's see. That's a really cool Bouffalant card right there. And got a couple of Fletchling cards there, and Fletchender. I hate, that's one of my most hated Pokemon designs, but that is a nice card art. I like that. Got Rookidee, Corvisquire. Just need a Corviknight. That's my, is that my favorite steel type? Corviknight might be, so I need his card. Type Null, love Type Null. A Helioptile, curiously not electric. And this is the last of the colorless here, as you can see. Now we move on to a very cool looking group of cards, the like dark type, if you will. Love that Houndour card. Got Alolan and regular Grimer, looking cool over here, as well as Alolan Rattata. I love the Alolan designs of the Gen 1 Pokemon. Let's see, so we have really cool Toxicroak here. Really cool Toxicroak and a couple of Zorua. Can't pronounce it. Got a couple of Scraggy designs there, and then Pawniard, as you can tell. And then the last of it, yeah, a Yu-Gi-Oh playset of Inkay. It's not Yu-Gi-Oh, Jason. Pangoro. Then we have Nickets and Thievul, which I like them, but they're not strong Pokemon, sadly. Galarian Lanoon, love it. They did get that right. Then we have some steel types here. Oh my lord, the Aron and Lairon line. I like these Pokemon, but I'm starting to hate them because my Nuzlocke challenges have been getting ruined by them. If you go check my gaming channel, you'll see that. I'll have a link in the description, but yeah, I've done a couple of Pokemon challenges over there, and And we're coming to the end here. We have like the fairy typing with Clefairy and Clefable, Jigglypuff. And then lastly, I got a few more here. We got my small but slowly growing dragon collection. Shelgon and Axew, Fracture, Dino, Zweilous. I need to get their final evolutions, of course, which are among my favorites. Among my favorite Pokemon. And then on the last page we have Sliggoo and Goomy. I accidentally got them backwards. Then Jamo and a couple of Drampaws. And so that's going to do it for the Pokemon collection. Pretty much everything was in here. There was just a few like reprints that weren't in here, as well as like basic trainer cards, which I'll be adding, and hopefully I can start getting all this stuff finally organized. Certainly would like more holos, and I'd like some more of the original cards, but as expensive as it is and such, I don't know when I'll be able to do it. But there's a lot of Pokemon that I'm needing to get. So anyway, that is going to do it. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. If you did, again, like I said, if you could please give the channel some love with the liking and sharing and subscribing and all of that stuff. It'd greatly help, and I'd greatly appreciate it. And as always, you can expect Pokemon ASMR content on here, and regular videos every week. So take care, and I will see you on the next one. This is Deafening Silence saying goodbye.